Sometimes you don't just want to see your Google Calendar event in ClickUp, but you actually want to make it an actionable item. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Hi everybody, I'm Yvonne Heimann with AskEV.com, and I am a business efficiency consultant for content creators and coaches. So if you're ready to systemize, optimize, and automate your business, you are perfectly right here. And if you haven't done so yet, go hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And without further ado, let's talk about making Google Calendar events actionable. Yes, we can do that. How do we do that? And why do we do that? Because sometimes you don't just want to see your events in ClickUp, you actually want to take action on it or add some subtasks, assign things, do things. For example, if you get a discovery call in, you want to note down when that happened, when the call is going to be, making sure you have all the assets, maybe have your VA follow up, or other appointment types that are coming in with your clients where there is an actionable item connected to it. Or maybe you just want to track your time. As I mentioned in a couple of my last videos, I don't do incoming in my ClickUp CRM anymore. If you haven't watched that video yet, I talk about that right here. And I also talked about how to just show your Google Calendar events in ClickUp. If you just want to see them to make sure you can batch your days, you can learn about that right here too. We got all of that set up. I got a comment on one of those videos from Lexi Delangelo that wanted to know, cool, see the appointments, all great, awesome. But I do have a couple of appointments that are actionable, that I want to do something with it, that I want to track time with it, that I want to follow up with and have my VA send a gift or things like that. How do I do that? Don't worry, I didn't just tell her. I'm actually going to show you now too how you can do that. And it's fairly simple if you know your way around just a little bit of automations. So let's head on over. You might have seen this specific layout in my CRM video. As I told you, I am not using this anymore, but I wanted to use this as an example. All of my discovery calls used to get funneled in here so I can track all the incoming potential clients. Now, how did I do that? Because they are based on a scheduler. I use Book Like a Boss for people to schedule time with me. Now, I don't want to go there and then be like, oh yeah, this is an appointment and I need to add this to ClickUp and I need to do this and I need to do that. I don't have the time for this. So there's two ways we can automate this process. Number one is using Zapier. In Zapier, you can, in my case, again, I use Book Like a Boss. Calendly is in here too, whatever it is. You are pulling Book Like a Boss in as a trigger. In this case, what I did is I pulled in Book Like a Boss, and the trigger event is a new booking, which happens instantly. You then choose your account. I already have those connected, and you test your trigger. Cool, awesome. Now, right here, we need to set up a filter in Zapier because we need to filter out a specific appointment type. This appointment type then will decide which of your calendar appointments get pulled in. So in this case, again, we are using the filter by Zapier, and then that filter setup will be only continue if the text exactly matches discovery call. Now, the filter determines which of these appointments actually get funneled in. So only continue if that booking page name is exactly, and then we got to look right here. There we go. Booked packaging name is discovery call. And we continue. That would have continued because when we look at that sample data, the matched items is discovery call. You also can look right up here where we tested the trigger, where it says right there, discovery call. Because this right here is called discovery call, the filter down here, when we are testing it, we are looking for that discovery appointment type and continue on testing it. It will show as it will have worked because it realizes, yes, this is a discovery call. This is what I'm supposed to sort out. We are now continuing with this. And then after that test is fine, we go into create a new task in Zapier again. ClickUp, create a new task. You choose your account, pretty straightforward if you have worked in Zapier before. And then we set up the action with the workspace. We have the customer success. We got the new CRM. In the list discovery calls, we do not apply a task template to that. The task name becomes the first name and the last name, as well as what they booked with me, so that I know straight up what we are talking about. And you can pull these right away from the information from Book Like a Boss. You really just show all the options and you choose which pieces you want to pull in. And then for the task description, what we do is I pull in all of the appointment information just so I don't have to go forward and back with the calendar. Assign it to me with the task status of to do. You can add tags if you want to. I really don't use them much. And I choose the due date as the appointment date. And then when we retest the action, it sends it all to ClickUp. And we have a task over there that now can get more subtasks automatically assigned by ClickUp, or anything you want to do after this with this specific appointment. Now, that is one way of doing this. Another way of doing it is using Integromat. Book Like a Boss, in my case, does not have an Integromat native integration. I think Calendly has. There's other ones that you might be able to do this. But this is a way where we are using your calendar as a trigger. Right here in Integromat, we have Google Calendar as a trigger. We again chose the connection right there. Which calendar are we talking about? This is my main calendar. And what are we looking for? The query again is, what kind of appointment type are we looking for? In this case, again, the discovery call. Cool, awesome. The advantage of using Integromat for this automation is Integromat allows you to work with ClickUp's custom fields, which Zapier doesn't allow. So when I can make something happen in Integromat, I prefer Integromat over Zapier. And just like any other automation, you choose your connection of your ClickUp account. Which workspace is it going in? Which space is it going in? Which folder is it going in? That is my CRM folder list. And then which list are we actually going in? In this case, it would be incoming and not the validated leads. As you've seen in my CRM video, I changed things around. There we go. Let's scroll up. There we go. In Integromat, the task name is going to be the summary. The summary is the title of your Google Calendar entry. And then the content is the description, meaning it pulls in all of the calendar description, all of the stuff, all of the questions they answered, all of that additional information into the actual content of the task. You then assign your assignee, or you don't. In my case, I do want to assign the assignee, because if I don't get dinged about this and notified, nothing is going to happen. What is the status? I do these as in progress because they're already scheduled. They're on my calendar. This is already working. Due date is the calendar entry start date, as well as the time, again, start date, because right here in Integromat, start time is the same as the start due date. It's just all start. It's all in there, and it take care of all the things. I also can estimate time of this task. My discovery calls are 20 minutes. So I automatically, in this automation, estimate the time in minutes and say 20 minutes. That's how long this task is going to take me, because my discovery calls are 20 minutes. In this automation, I don't set a start date because I don't really need it. I only care about when the appointment is happening. And this is the advantage of Integromat, because we also have all of these custom fields in here. As you've seen in the CRM setup, I do have stages that are happening, from initial email send, no reply follow-up, in this case, discovery schedule. So I already can set that drop-down custom field to discovery scheduled, and I don't have to go into ClickUp and be like, click discovery scheduled. Don't have to deal with it. I can do a lead source if I wanted to, if I have different appointment types between the vetted consultant program or YouTube. I can set the lead source here, or I can manually do it later. And those are a couple other ones. Again, I've been cleaning up my CRM. If you haven't watched the video yet, go check it out. And these are 2 ways how you can automate turning an appointment into an actionable task in ClickUp. Now, the downside of this is you need to be able to determine which appointments you want to make actionable. It needs a trigger in either way of a specific calendar. So if you say just a specific calendar, all of the appointments that go in there, I want to make an actionable task. Cool, you can do that. You can do that by sorting, as we did in Zapier, of filtering out specific appointment types, or like here in Integromat, where we are looking for a specific query that triggers that automation. I hope it helps you. If you are wanting to take your ClickUp to the next level, stop watching all the YouTube videos here and try to figure out what you should implement or what you should implement, and really get intentional about your ClickUp setup. Come join us. I am just starting the waitlist for ClickUp 0 to Hero to save you the time and effort of trying to find the right videos, and just join us in a 4-hour group intensive to get your ClickUp set up. Information is right down below in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.